Hello, my crafty friends. I sure hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn Pitt with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me on my crafty adventures. Today I have lots of exciting things to share with you. As many of you know, I am an avid Crafter'S companion fan. I have been shopping with them probably for the last 17 years and I just love their products. And I'm very happy to announce that ASC Craft Supplies is now carrying a selection of Crafter'S companion products. The other good news is that Crafter'S Companion is bringing back a selection of their most popular Sarah Signature collections. The Vintage Lace, the Rose Gold collection, as well as the Enchanted Dreams. This is really exciting news, and all of these paper products will be available at ASC Craft Supplies. You can reach them on the web or their Etsy store. Also, please feel free to use my coupon code ROBYN10, that's all in capital letters, to receive a 10% discount upon checkout. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Vintage Lace. I'm also going to be reviewing the Crafter's Companion Gatefold Layered Edge Dies. These are from my own personal craft vault. I have created a number of wonderful projects to share with you, but let's review the paper pads first. This is the Vintage Lace collection, and I absolutely love this collection. I first purchased this mega bundle several years ago, and it was huge. It had tons of dies, flower dies, embossing folders, you name it. It was just a huge selection. If you'd like to see my original haul to that collection, I will be sure to include a link in the description box below. As you can tell, it's got beautiful muted colors. It's got the tans, the greens, purples, and lavenders, and blues. Let me turn this over. Now, on the back side, it gives you an overview of all the different paper designs that are in the collection. So let's take a look inside. In this paper collection, you receive 48 single-sided sheets. There are 16 designs in total, and the paper weight is 180 GSM. This is the first page in the collection. I love these beautiful purple roses. I did create a fun project with this. It was a 4-tier gift box for embellishments, and I will include a link so you can have more fun suggestions for how to use this paper. This is the second page. I love these beautiful lavenders and the green outline. This is the next page. You have an all over muted purple, and you can see hints of gray and white in the background. Here we have a beautiful beige with blue flowers. There are also hints of lavender in it as well. This is the coordinating sheet. This is the next sheet. I love that we have the lavenders on the outside and the greens and teals on the center. This is the coordinating sheet in all over green, and there are little tiny flowers flanking the sides. This is the next page, and you've got hints of gray and lavender in the center and these areas of tan. This is a coordinating sheet. Here we have a sheet that's similar to the previous sheet that I just showed. However, it's in green and white. This is the next sheet. I love this. You've got these beautiful scrolls in white. You've got purple on the side, and you have these huge flowers in the center that are tan with hints of a deep plum. This is the coordinating sheet. Next, we have this blue sheet. Oh, I love this. You've got these beautiful roses. I love all the different patterns that you have. This is the coordinating sheet. This is the next design. Again, you've got the tan flanking the side. I love this beautiful lace detail here on the bottom. And then you've got more of these beautiful roses on the side. You've got the light blue roses on the other side. And the last design is this beautiful muted tan paper. Next, we have these wonderful layered edge gatefold dies. This is from my craft vault, and I purchased this several months ago from HSN. There are 5 different shaped dies in the collection. Let's start with this one. Now, the great thing about these dies is that if you like to create gatefold cards, this will give you the exact size to have a matte layer. Sometimes when you're creating gatefold cards, it's difficult to get the specific matte layer that you want lined up, but this does it for you. And not only does it give you 2 dies to cut the initial design, you get 2 dies to create the outside matting layers, and then you receive 2 additional dies, which are concentric dies for the center of your card. Now, the great thing about this is not limited to gatefold dies. There are several different ways that you can use this, and you can also use these individual dies on other projects. So this first one is called the Deco Square. Next, we have the Scalloped Circle. We have the Stylish Mosaic. I think this one is my favorite one. We have the Vintage Ticket. And last but certainly not least, we have the Ellipse Frame. Now that I've given you an overview of these layered edge gatefold dies, let me show you some of the beautiful examples that I made. This is the first card that I've created, and I love the way this card turned out. I made this card using the Vintage Ticket die. And let me just show you what this looks like on the side. As you can see, it's got this domed front here. This is the back. On the back, I've created an area where you can include a sentiment. And then there's this large butterfly here on the bottom. That butterfly is a die in the Vintage Lace collection. I'm going to adjust the camera so that I can give you a closer look. Here is a closer look at my first card. I just love the way this turned out. On the top, I have a lilac double bow seam binding, and I've embellished it with this rhinestone pearl button. On the left and the right, I've created these larger flowers using dies in the Vintage Lace collection and the paper. Now, I simply added some sparkle to it, and to do that, I used this Folk Art Glitterific paint. This is one of my favorite paints for embellishments, and this is called Hologram. Next to this larger flower, I have these smaller flowers here in this tan. Now, I did distress the tan with some white paint here and purple stamens and this little magenta flower here, and also leaves. Now, these are leaves from the Vintage Lace collection. On the bottom, we have these beautiful butterflies. I have them layered up. We have a tan and then lavender. Now, these butterflies are also part of the Vintage Lace collection. There are 3 butterflies, a small, medium, and large. On the side here, this flower spray is the same as the one here on top. And then on the top, I have a smaller butterfly that's layered in the purple and the tan, and the body has pearls. Now, one thing I did want to point out is this tan background. In the Vintage Lace Mega Bundle, you received pearl cardstock as well as linen cardstock to complement this beautiful paper. I don't think under normal circumstances I would have paired this tan with the lavender, but as you can see, it looks beautiful. Now, in the center, you can see the additional die cut pieces. I also included a stamp that says, "Love puts joy in your heart." And if I turn to the side, you can see more of the beautiful flowers in the back. But this is a beautiful but very easy card to create. And I just love the way this gatefold area looks here in the center. All right, let's take a look at my next card. The second card that I've created is the offset gatefold card. And to make that, I used the Deco Square. This is a really cool shape. As you can see, this is a pretty sizable card. I had so much fun decorating it. This time I used a white card base, and I use the coordinating tan and blue papers, and of course I ink the edges. But this is the side. It's plain on the back. But the real magic is that you have this offset opening, which I think looks so elegant. Let me adjust the camera and give you a closer look. For this card, I have decorated each of the corners in this mirror paper that's in a champagne pink color. I love the way that complements the paper. And this die is actually an Anna Griffin cut and emboss corner die. I've added in these beautiful layered butterflies. So on the bottom we have the mirror cardstock and the paper layered on the top with these beautiful pearls as a center for the body. I love this beautiful floral spray that I've created here. We've got these pink stamens, we've got this large flower here, and these different roses with the cream stamens on the side. We've got pink and blue seam binding and a little pearl here. In the center, I've used my Crafter's Companion sentiment dies. This says Best Wishes. We have another set of butterflies on the corner and then a cute little floral spray on the top. Now, when you open this card, you have ample space on the left here to include a sentiment. Let's take a look at our third card. This is the third card that I've created, and as you can tell, this has a very different shape than the last card that I've created. So I've created this card. This is a 6x6 card, and I used the scalloped circle gatefold die. This is the side, and as you can see, this card is cut on the diagonal. Let me give you a closer look. This is a really fun and simple card to create. I cut the card on a diagonal, and then I simply cut the right and then the left side, and I used the layering dies to create the center. The sentiment here says just for you. Now I use my Crafter's Companion or my Spectrum Noir opaque ink, and then I put a little clear embossing powder on that. Now two things I want to point out are the decoupage flowers and the bird. I created using the Crafter's Companion Everyday Celebrations die cut toppers. Now I just purchased these earlier this May on the HSN craft event, but you have this one and you also have the fancy florals. And the great thing about these is that you get 5 layers of each of the flowers. Let me open this up. These are the flowers that I used, but you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, and you just simply glue them on. And this creates a pretty alternative to the other handmade flowers that I used in my other cards. I added on the flowers and the bird my Spectrum Noir glitter ink in clear, so there's a nice little shimmer there, and you can see it on the bird. But here I have 5 layers that are popped up on foam tape, and I have 3 layers for the bird. I use some pink seam binding and these glittered buttons from my craft stock. Now on the inside, you have this entire area on the left to include a sentiment. Let's take a look at my next card. This is my 4th card. I love the way this turned out. Now this card is similar to the first card that I shared with you. However, I used a different die, and this one is the Stylish Mosaic. This is one of my favorite of the dies. This is another dome card. You can see here. This is the back. Now I did not include a separate space because the back is white. You can simply write on the back. Let me give you a closer look. This card is so beautiful. On the top, I use these beautiful edge dies. Now these are from the Crafter's Companion Shadow Box die. I did a full review of those dies, and in those shadow boxes they include 4 different corner dies. So I decided to use gold on this, and then I've embellished it with this blue pearl and rhinestone button. And then I added these beautiful floral sprays on the top here. You can see I have these large stamens here. I have tan and navy blue ribbon. And I have this beautiful butterfly, which is also layered on one of the butterfly dies from the paper collection. In the center, I've used the 2 center concentric dies, and I've included this sentiment that says, "When I count my blessings, I count you twice." I just love that. And then we have another floral spray here on the bottom. I just love how bold this is. And these flowers have a hint of gold. We've got blue and then tan here. Isn't that a lovely card? This is definitely one of those keepsake cards. We have one more card left. Here's my 5th and final card that I've created. This is a top folding card. To make it, I use the ellipse frame. Now this card is a standard 4x6 card. Let me give you a closer look. On the top, we have these 2 concentric layered dies and a sentiment that says, "Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there." On the top, I've used flower foam and some stamens and pearls in the center. Now this flower foam came in the original Vintage Lace collection. On the bottom here, I have used more flower foam and dies from the Vintage Lace collection. We've got some blue stamens and these white and blue leaves. You can see the little pearls here. On the bottom, I have this beautiful intricate lace die. This was also in the Vintage Lace collection in this beautiful seam binding. I've added in these 3 large rhinestones and this beautiful bow. On the inside, there's ample room to leave a message. Now this top piece here is just glued on to a piece of acetate. To hide the glue and the foam tape from the front 2 panels, I simply added in an additional die cut piece, and this hides all of the elements and gives you a nice clean back. This concludes my review of the Crafter's Companion Vintage Lace Paper Collection, as well as the Crafter's Companion Layered Edge Gatefold dies. Hopefully I've inspired you with new and creative ideas. If you'd like to see more photos of these cards, please stay tuned until the end. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.